28 wins, no losses, no draws, 25 wins by way of knockout. He's a 4-division champion, 2-division undisputed champion, and is super bantamweight unified champion, right? So he has a fight coming up anyway.
Boxing world is buzzing with excitement over the potential showdown between two of the sport's most thrilling fighters, Naoya Inoue and Gervonta Tank Davis. The anticipation grew after Inoue's impressive recent performances, cementing his reputation as one of the best fighters in the world. With his flawless technique, lightning-fast speed and powerful punches, the Japanese star has become nearly unstoppable. On the other hand, Davis, known for his brutal knockout power and relentless aggression, continues to dominate multiple weight divisions, making him a major force in boxing.
I'm from Japan.
Inoue?
Yeah.
Do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catch weight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That would be like a fun fight.
Crazy.
Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technically that fight right there, like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah.
I'll be too big for him. Yeah. But that fight would be like.
It's like a dream fight.
Yeah. Facts.
Although promoters haven't confirmed any official discussions yet, fans have been fervently talking about this potential fight, making it one of the most talked about matchups for 2025. Both fighters are at the peak of their careers, with their legacies on the line, setting the stage for what could be a historic moment in boxing. Fans around the world are hoping that this dream fight becomes a reality.
Inoue said there's nothing that you have that can give him real problems. All you have is power.
He said that?
Inoue said that.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to go crazy. You trying to catch me?
No, I ain't trying to catch you, bro.
Huh?
I ain't trying to catch you.
He didn't say that?
Yeah, he said it.
Show me.
You heard him
Well,
say that, Ron?
I think there's a lot of compilations they combine things. I think I've seen it, but I don't know if it's.
I don't think he said that.
Because there's no way he said that. Come to be a boxer.
In a recent interview, Gervonta Davis addressed the growing speculation about facing Inoue. He acknowledged the excitement but expressed concerns over the weight difference, suggesting that he might be too big for Inoue. This is a valid point, as Davis competes in the lightweight division, while Inoue is the undisputed super bantamweight champion. Moving up several weight classes could be a tough challenge for Inoue, making this fight less likely in the near future.
It's just, a weight class too high. I don't even know what weight that would be at, maybe 130, but is that just too much, or do you think he's capable of going up there and beating a Tank Davis?
No, Tank's an absolute dog, but if they were in the same weight class, it'd be a cracking fight. But there's too much of a gap. I think 126 is Inoue's ceiling, I really do.
Yeah. Well, TJ, I appreciate your time. We'll see 15th of March. You're fighting Nick Bull. Just any final words, any prediction, any message to your fans?
Not so much a prediction, but the fans can expect fireworks. It's going to be a great fight, and I'll be walking away as a two-weight world champion. I can guarantee that.
Davis has consistently praised Inoue's boxing skills in interviews, recognizing him as one of the sport's top talents. However, in a recent press conference, a reporter claimed that Inoue had dismissed Davis's abilities, stating that Davis only relied on knockout power and didn't pose a real threat. Davis was taken aback by this and asked for evidence, expressing disbelief. Later, Inoue clarified by tweeting that he never said such a thing, reaffirming the mutual respect they both have for each other.
Pivot into the fact that, I see it on Twitter all the time, and I've talked about it before while being in Japan. Can Tank and Inoue actually fight each other one day? It's a good question, because I don't think it's far-fetched. Now, more than likely they won't fight because Inoue's aligned himself with Turkey, right? And Tank doesn't work with Turkey. He don't like Turkey. On top of that too, you have the weight thing. Inoue stated when he fought Neri that he weighed 138 pounds. Tank tweeted during the build-up to this fight with Lamar Roach that he was on weight at 138 pounds. So they kind of have like Inoue's fight night weight is probably close to what Tank's walk-around weight is. They're not far off. So weight-wise, as crazy as it sounds, because you don't think of Inoue and Tank as being the same size, because Inoue turned pro at light flyweight, Tank turned pro at 130, something like that. So you wouldn't necessarily think of those two being close in size, but they actually are. So I think it's doable. Obviously, Tank has some signature fights at lightweight he's got to take care of, like Shakur Stevenson, like Devin Haney, or Devin's at 47 now, so I can't even say Devin, but he's got Shakur Stevenson, he's got Teofimo Lopez, he might have Keyshawn Davis on his hands if Keyshawn wins the title. You know, there's some business for him to take care of. And then for
former world champion T.G. Deeney weighed in on the potential fight, pointing out that the weight difference between Davis and Inoue makes this bout unlikely. Deeney noted that Davis, who fights in the lightweight division, would have a clear advantage over Inoue, who currently dominates the 122-ounce division. He also mentioned that Inoue's focus seems to be on staying at 122 ounces, where he continues to defeat his opponents with ease. Moving up to challenge larger fighters at 126 pounds or beyond would require a significant physical leap, one that Inoue has not shown interest in making. Deeney believes that Inoue's limit is likely at 126 pounds, making a fight with Davis seem far-fetched. The size and power difference would be difficult for Inoue to overcome, especially considering Davis's impressive record of 30 wins with 28 knockouts. If the fight were to happen, Deeney suggested that a meeting at super featherweight could be a possible compromise, though challenges would still remain.
In a hypothetical sense, right? If Inoue and Tank did fight each other, that would be the biggest fight in boxing, because you're talking about two, I would say you got the biggest American fighter, as far as like American-born fighters, versus the biggest Japanese fighter. So you're talking about the biggest star, not named Canelo, in North America, but from the United States of America, versus the face of boxing in Japan and Asia as a whole right now. So how could that fight not do crazy numbers? I feel like Inoue versus Tank would really make the world stop. And that would really be like for Tank, if they fought, he's supposed to knock out Inoue.
Another potential hurdle for this fight is Davis's reluctance to work with prominent boxing promoter Al Haymon. Davis has openly stated that he has little respect for Heyman's role in boxing, which could complicate the organization of such a high-profile event. Despite this, fans continue to dream of a showdown between these two champions, as both fighters have proven they can deliver
Relax, man.
You like the fight if it happens?
Man, he better sit his left down. Yeah, of course. You know, even though I don't want to make excuses, but he's fighting over there. They ain't testing. You know, I ain't making no excuses. You know what I mean? I ain't making no. He's a good fighter though. He's a good fighter. Me, I ain't fighting that. I ain't making no excuses, but like I told him, man. You know, I'm here for you. You know, go enjoy the fruits of labor of your work. And come back like you never left, man. You'll be tested.
If Davis and Inoue were to face off, it would likely be one of the biggest events in boxing history. This fight would feature two undefeated champions with incredible knockout power, each representing different parts of the world. Davis from America and Inoue from Japan. Beyond just a battle of boxing styles, this fight would symbolize the meeting of two global icons, captivating audiences worldwide. With both fighters at the peak of their careers, it could be an unforgettable moment in boxing history.
No, he is good. 21-0, undefeated. He's a 3-division champion. He's a big puncher. He was champion 112.
Fuck Bam a puncher. He is good.
Who's that?
Inoue. Yeah, he's fighting this weekend.
He is good. I'm gonna watch him.
That's the one you asked where he come from.
Yeah. He's Japanese.
Good. His placement and everything.
Footwork.
Yeah.
Defense.
He's 29 years old, and I said that 28. But I said that Manny Pacquiao and Triple G didn't get famous till after they were 30. Tank, are you willing to go down to 118 and fight him?
I can't get the 118.
But if you could have, it would be fire.
Davis's coach has spoken highly of Inoue's achievements, acknowledging that his success is a proud moment for Japan, showcasing the country's skill and determination in the boxing world. The coach emphasized that Inoue should continue his journey and reach his full potential, as his accomplishments are significant not only in boxing, but also as a cultural milestone for Japan. Recently, Adrian Broner also commented on the potential fight, suggesting that Inoue might not be ready for such a challenge due to the weight difference and other factors. While acknowledging Inoue's skill, Broner implied that the fight might not be feasible, especially with concerns over drug testing in different regions. Nevertheless, Broner respects Inoue as a talented fighter.
It's his favorite fighter to watch. Anyway, he said that he a beast, right? And he supports Inoue. That's one of his favorite fighters to watch. He supports him. He likes Inoue, right? And so people are speculating because Tank Davis put out a post to Inoue and he told him good luck. Inoue has a fight coming up January 24th, okay, in Japan. So it's late, early in the morning in the United States. So it'll probably be about 7, 8 in the morning, right? So Tank Davis just sent him, well wishes on his next fight, right? And he responded back to Tank, saluted Tank, sent him some emojis, right? They just acknowledged one another.
The idea of a fight between Inoue and Davis has been a dream for boxing fans for years. And now, as Inoue continues to build his legacy, fans' hopes have only grown. If this fight were to happen, it would be a spectacular event. Both Inoue and Davis have incredible speed, power, and skill, making for a thrilling and unpredictable matchup. The excitement surrounding this potential fight shows that it's more than just a fantasy, with fans eagerly waiting for the day these two superstars finally meet in the ring.
Him saying he wants to fight him. So I'm like, I didn't see, other than that interview that Tank did a while back where he said that Inoue would be a super fight, but he did say Inoue is too small, right? Inoue is 31 years of age. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Tank is about 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. Although Tank says he's 5'4", they're around the same height with the same arm reach. Now Inoue can do and pull a Terrence Bud Crawford, where Inoue can fight. Inoue fights at 126. Excuse me. So he's 126. So you got 130 and 135. Well, no, he's at 22. So he's 3 weight classes below Tank Davis at 135. Now, he could jump up, right? That would be about what? 13 pounds, right? If he jumped up from 122 to 135, yeah, about 13 pounds, right? So 13-pound jump for him. Fight Tank Davis. That would be a super fight. Terrence Crawford is jumping up 14 pounds from 154 to 168 to challenge Canelo Alvarez in September. So it would be similar, right? It has happened before. Roy Jones jumped up 25 pounds. So go figure.
3-division world champion with a perfect record of 30 wins and 28 knockouts, fights at 135 LPs. Inoue, on the other hand, is a 4-division champion and an undisputed champion in 2 divisions, competing at 122 pounds. Despite the weight differences, Inoue would need to move up 13 pounds to challenge Davis. Davis has said that the fight could be huge, pointing to past examples of fighters like Terrence Crawford and Roy Jones Jr., who successfully made similar jumps. While Davis has expressed admiration for Inoue, he still believes the size difference may make the fight difficult to pull off. Nevertheless, both fighters have shown mutual respect for each other, though Davis has other potential big matchups in the works. The idea of Inoue moving up in weight adds an intriguing layer to the potential showdown. Many fans see this as a potential legendary fight, similar to the iconic Mayweather-Pacquiao bout. Whether it happens will depend on both fighters' willingness to challenge each other and how the logistics work out.
Naoya Inoue does not need to fight Tank Davis. He certainly doesn't need to give away that much size. But furthermore, he's a superstar in Japan. He doesn't really need to leave Japan to maintain his superstar status. He sold out the Tokyo Dome. That's 55,000 people. In many ways, Japan is still a very closed economy, as it was for millennia. And in a sense, a lot of Japanese industry, finance, they don't care about quote-unquote capturing the U.S. market. And I don't think Inoue needs to capture the U.S. market in order to have a 100% prosperous, financially successful career and transition into whatever he wants to do after boxing. Naoya Inoue doesn't need the United States of America.
Following Terrence Crawford's fight, fans are hoping that promoter Al Heyman can make the dream fight between Davis and Inoue a reality. Heyman has been behind some of the biggest matchups in boxing history, and his ability to bring high-profile events to life has earned him much respect. If he can pull off this fight, it would surely be a spectacle. However, some fans in Japan believe that Inoue has already achieved superstar status in his home country and doesn't need to fight Davis in the US to prove himself. They argue that Inoue has already earned his legacy in Japan and doesn't need validation from the American boxing scene. Inoue's success speaks for itself, and many believe he's already a global icon in his own right.